Hello everyone, welcome back. The other day I had a tweet that went viral saying that we will beat censorship. And censorship has no idea what's coming this way. It's true. We will beat censorship. First of all, as you know, I review alternative social media platforms. So, first of all, the way to beat censorship, step one, build audiences on Getter, Clouda, Parler, Gab, free speech, free space. Every single social media platform that exists, get on there. And if you don't know where to go, if you only want to do one, go to my site and check out the reviews. Go ahead. I try to be as unbiased as possible, therefore I will not say which one I like the most. But here's how to beat free speech censorship on big tech. Talk like censorship doesn't exist. What do you mean? Then we'll get censored. No. It's time to hold Parag, Mark Zuckerberg. It's time to hold Susan Wojcicki. It's time to hold them all accountable. Tweet to them, and demand answers from them. Our reporters, our congressmen, they claim and they allow them to get away with lying in court. It's time for us to be the leaders that we are waiting for. It's time for us to go ahead and tweet to them and hold them accountable. Demand answers. Keep on tweeting and keep on tweeting and keep on tweeting, keep on posting, keep on tagging Mark, keep on emailing Susan Wojcicki until we get satisfactory answers. Until they sit down with someone on a podcast, they get asked the hard hitting questions. I actually emailed Parag to ask him to come onto my show. It's time to hold him accountable. It's time to sit down with him and ask him where he stands. It's time for him to admit that if he's a public platform, free speech for everyone, or a private platform, that makes him biased. It's time for him to admit where he stands. It's time for him either to lose Section 230 protections or time for him to continue being the way he is. It's time for him to be put on the spot. Time for him to be actually held accountable. And what are our politicians doing? Our politicians are absolutely doing nothing. They're sitting there allowing all these, what we know to be fact, where Parag banned people for saying ivermectin works. And what happens? The CDC quietly, within the past 2 weeks, put ivermectin on their website saying it works. Who gets to decide what is misinformation? Not the platform. Not the platform. Twitter needs to know that their users know that whatever's on Twitter is not necessarily real. Whatever's on Twitter could be fake. They don't hire the fact checkers. We deserve to be our own fact checkers. If we fall for something that's quite obviously fake, that's on us, not on Twitter. Twitter is not the arbiters of truth. No one elected them. They made a social media platform for people to interact with each other, for people to create and talk to each other and troll each other or just interact, build followings. Twitter is not the arbiter of truth. Twitter wasn't hired. YouTube wasn't hired. We made them big tech. We made them Twitter. We made them Facebook. We need to hold Parag, Mark Zuckerberg, Susan Wojcicki, and every part of big tech accountable. We need to sit there and tell them that this is what they are. We will talk our mind on big tech and let them suspend us. What do you mean? That's not called beating big tech. That's called cowering. No, it's not. Cowering is running to the other platforms. Cowering is sitting there and saying, okay, I won't talk. I won't talk. I'm sorry. I'm going to talk on other platforms. You're the almighty net. No! Continue to talk your mind. Continue to scream. Continue to post. Continue to say whatever you want to say. Say ivermectin works. Say the election was stolen. Even if you don't believe it, say it. Continue to hold people accountable. It's time to show them that you aren't scared of getting censored. That is how we beat censorship. When the masses go ahead and beat censorship and tweet and they show they don't care. Either they censor us into oblivion where they become oblivion, or they get the message. Either way, it's called beating big tech. Either way, we win. If they censor themselves into oblivion, good, then they're no longer big tech. But we are the silent majority, and we know that. We got this. It's time to beat censorship. It's time to show censorship we don't care. It's time to show censorship. Give them their middle finger. Oh, big tech. Go ahead. People, I know this. I know you have the guts in you to stand there and show big tech that you aren't scared. It's time not to run to the alternatives. Yes, build audiences on alternatives. Yes, be the people that you are afraid to be on alternatives. However, get rid of the fear. Time to beat big tech. Big tech censors people for saying hate speech by exposing the trans people, where they look at having trans as a Hermes bag. It's a new in thing. If our kids are trans, we're cool. No, it's not cool to abuse your child. Yes, I'm saying it's not cool to abuse your child. This video will probably get deleted off YouTube, but I will double down. It's time to beat big tech. Say it. Beat big tech by speaking our mind on big tech. However, guys, speaking about holding big tech accountable, this is how to hold big tech accountable. It's time that we hold our reporters accountable, because our reporters aren't reporting the child abuse. I'm sorry, I have to mention it. It wasn't even in my show notes to mention beating, holding our reporters accountable. But our reporters are protecting and dying on the hill, figuratively, to claim speaking out against trans is calling for violence. It's time for us to die on the hill to say that no, it is child abuse. Transgender for under 18 is child abuse. Lives of TikTok started off as just downloading TikTok videos and uploading it to Twitter. And people loved the lunacy of the left being exposed. That's what Lives of TikTok. Then Lives of TikTok went ahead, and Lives of TikTok decided enough is enough. It's time that she actually do some journalistic work. She called up different hospitals. They said they do it, and she released audio, and they're lying. Whatever. She's doing journalistic work. She's holding the hospitals accountable. It's time that we have more leaders like that. It's time that people actually stand up for themselves. It's time we hold everyone accountable. People, this is a short podcast, but it's all about holding everyone accountable. I also want to say, holding Team World Supporter accountable. Team World Supporter, you see us all over. You see our logo, showing us holding the world. You see our website, Team World Supporter. Hashtag Team World Supporter. I said it in last week's podcast. Team World Supporter sounds globalist. Especially with 3 people holding the world, it's time to rebrand. And we have some names. Keep sending your submissions in. I hope to name ourselves very soon. I hope to be there and show what our true mission is. Holding everyone accountable, protecting the Constitution, and verifying news just for you people. It's time the Team World Supporter does what it's meant to be and shows off what we're meant to be. We are not there to protect globalists. We are not there to say that it's okay what the globalists are doing to control the world. It's not there. We're not there to say, oh, everyone should have EVs instead of gas cars. We're not there to say that everyone should eat bugs and bow and accept, and you'll be happy about it. You own nothing and be happy about it. No, it's time to move forward, and it's time to actually show you what Team World Support is there for. Again, my email is Yossi at teamworldsupporter.com. Yeah, there we go, teamworldsupporter.com. Send in your submissions, and therefore we will change our name. One more quick update. I know the podcast just came back. However, I am a Jew. I am an Orthodox Jew. And the Orthodox Jew in me has holidays. I know I have a life. It's weird. We have a bunch of holidays back to back for the next month or two. October 24th will be the next podcast. There will be more news roundups. I'll put out statements when the news roundups are on break. However, the podcast is going back on break. Not due to technical issues, but due to Jewish reasons. You have Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, back to back. We all have to realize that even though I'm on break, I still hold everyone accountable. This will be the last podcast till October 24th. Sukkot is over the 16th. I will not get around to recording a podcast till that week. So the 16th is Sunday. The 24th will be the next podcast. Guys, just a quick update. I am working on another op-ed. The uncomfortable truth about Gab. Gab is is labeled anti-Semitic. I already started working on it on this device right here. Gab is being labeled as anti-Semitic. Stay away from it. They're white supremacists, Christian nationalists. It's time for someone, especially an Orthodox Jew like I just said I am, to admit the truth about them. In my next op-ed, I will break down how good they are, the pros, the cons, and everything in between. Guys, I will break down why people don't like them. And I will give them a solution. How people will start to flock to them. And why people should flock to them. Stay tuned for the uncomfortable truth about Gab. I'll see you on October 24th. Have a wonderful, wonderful month. Follow me on all social media so you can see the roundup, so you can see my statements, and see how I react to the news, and give you advice on holding everyone accountable.